Hello, I am Cynthia. I have a story for you, but please like and subscribe before we continue. I was feeling very feverish as it was getting to midnight. I assumed I was developing malaria, but it was 11 p.m. and everywhere was closed. I eventually decided to call my best friend Laura. Hello, Laura. I think I might be having malaria. I coughed.
I'm so sorry, Cynthia. Could you hold it till tomorrow morning? It's late already and our estate gate is closed.
I guess I will. It's not like I have a choice.
Keep your phone close and call me if there is an emergency.
Okay, love. I knew it would be a hellish night, as my malaria symptoms often got exponentially worse at every hour. I woke up with a pounding headache and a body so hot I could feel my eyes burning. Laura had to get here as fast as possible. When she appeared through the door, I was already shivering on my couch with blood-red eyes.
Oh my God, you look like a zombie.
I coughed.
Go and change your clothes and let's go to the hospital.
Can't I just go like this? I'm weak.
Not in pajamas. You never could tell who we are meeting there.
I changed my clothes and we went to the hospital. We waited for some time before we got called to the doctor's waiting seat. And I had been fighting back not to vomit. If I did, I would become too weak to even walk on my own. I felt irritated by everything around me, from the reeks of disinfectants and drugs to sickly people walking in the corridor. John, a young athletic man in a wheelchair, sat opposite me. He had a fresh wound early in the morning, which means he definitely fractured his leg quite recently. Weirdly, he still held on to a document despite his pain. They'd better be worth more than his leg. But that's none of my business. My only concern was that he was blocking my way to the wash basin, which looked like a suitable spot for an impending puke. My stomach had been unsettled all these whiles, and eventually, a rumbling batch came stronger. It made my stomach audibly groan, jetting up my throat at great volume and pressure. I could not stop it from coming forth. I dashed up from my seat to approach the wash basin, but I lost the battle midway right at the spot where John sat. The mouthful of puke spurted on him and drenched him from the head down to the held document.
Am I cursed today?
I heard the great displeasure in John's voice, but I was too weak to feel sorry. My feet could no longer hold me up, and I was dropping to the floor. Laura rushed to support me. They put me on a bed and carted me to the ward. I was in the ward for 2 days, and when I was finally regaining my strength, I recollected how I vomited on a stranger and was disturbed about it. I asked the nurse attending to me about the man, but she told me he left the hospital that same day. I felt sorry and wished I could meet the man and properly apologize.
Maybe I could get you his number, if that would make you feel better.
That would be rude. I wish I could see him in person.
It will be difficult. You would have left this place before he came back to remove his cast.
His leg was casted?
Yes, it was, and I am the nurse attending to him.
If only there could be a way.
On the other notes, I have an appointment to check him in his house. You could come with me if he permits it.
Perfect. That would be perfect. Laura and I followed the nurse to John's house. It was a small house in a cozy neighborhood. Topless John opened the door to welcome us as he expected. I found the atmosphere of lavender that filled the room welcoming. It was followed by the aroma of chicken soup whiffing out of the kitchen. I took a deep breath to enjoy that moment of sweet savor. Chicken soup is always a delicacy to me whenever I am feeling sickly. My plan was to give a heartfelt apology and turn back right at the gate. But the sight of the young man, with a body that looked like it was photoshopped, walking in a room that smells of lavender and chicken soup, made me want to stay a little longer. We had our seats, but hadn't had the opportunity to say anything. John was busy getting himself clothed and attending to his guest as he limped around the house. He served us chicken soup and cold juice. Yummy. It was just as tasty as it smells. I loved it. I looked at John with a heartfelt smile. How was your leg?
It feels a lot better, thanks to her.
I am sorry about the other day. I really thought I could make it to the basin.
Puking on me was not the major problem, but the document in my hand.
Oh, yes. They really must be important by the way you hold on to it.
Yes, they were. It was the contract for the construction of the site where I got injured.
I felt like crying. And what happened to it?
The puke ruined the signatures.
What? Does that destroy the contract?
Not really, but it means we had to start the paperwork again, which will take some effort.
I don't know how to apologize for this, but I am truly sorry.
Of course you are. Do you enjoy the soup?
Oh my God. Yes. I wish I could have this every day.
You could for sure. Maybe you stay here until you fully recover. Nurse TD could take care of us both.
Some stupid thought froze me for a moment. Accepting that did not sound right, but a house smelling of chicken soup and lavender was very tempting.
I can do just that.
Laura cut in as I took too much time to respond. I just smiled along like a kid handed a candy. She knew I must be considering saying something stupid. We left John's house quite longer than we anticipated, as we had become very good friends. My dad came to check on his little girl the following weekend. I was very glad to see him, and as we were having our good father-daughter moment, a taxi pulled up outside my house. A crippled man came out, and it was John. It was a surprise, as I did not know he meant to visit when his leg was still in cast. He came in with a bag of food, having a strong aroma trailing it. I welcomed him and introduced him to my dad. I narrated the incident at the hospital to him already.
Engineer John.
My dad knew him. He was an engineer handling his new project.
Oh, Chief, what a pleasant surprise.
You mean this was the man you puked on?
I was timid to admit. Yes.
And that was how the contract was ruined. I have no idea you knew each other. I would have narrated exactly what happened.
Knew each other? That is my only daughter.
Oh,
I will get the new document signed on time, since I now have a full understanding of everything.
thank you very much, Chief.
Is that chicken soup smelling out of the bag?
Yes, sir. This is for her.
I know you are very smart.
Dad looked at me. He knew how much I loved chicken soup. I got it from my mother. In fact, Dad referred to chicken soup as the food to appease the god of pregnancy because that was all my mom craved whenever she was pregnant.
Let me be on my way now, since I was about to leave already, so that you two could have some moments together.
He patted John on the shoulder,
You are going places.
and he just got my dad's approval before mine. I was still just in for the chicken soup and Photoshop perfect body. At least that was what I thought until we got married 2 years later. Our strange encounter turned into a blissful union. Share this story with your friends, and in the comment section below, tell us the weird situation that brought you in contact with your partner. For your support, and to be notified about interesting stories like this, kindly like and subscribe to this channel.